Hi all, welcome to Tea Time with me, Nanci Adair and Sandra Crathern.
Welcome to Tea Time.
And today's Tea Time topic is going to be ingenuity.
Wow, ingenuity. I'm curious, Nanci. So tell me a little bit about yourself first. Oh, hold on, sorry.
I am a life coach, as you know, Sandra, and I specialize in working with people who are in recovery from addiction and also want to reconnect or connect with their creativity.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. And as you know, Nanci, I am a health coach and I specialize in self-care and helping people really to put themselves first, but in a really respectful way, because I believe wholeheartedly the most important thing in the whole world is our health and our connection with ourselves. So Nanci, I'm really curious and intrigued about this word ingenuity. What does that mean for you?
Well, I want to start with what it actually means because it came to me today that I wanted to talk about ingenuity. And then I looked up the definition of the word. And the actual definition is clever inventiveness.
Oh, wow, I love it.
I actually think our tea times are very ingenious.
Wonderful. Well, that was short and to the point, I have to say. And I have to laugh because when, we do these things very spontaneously and they're really, really fun and we don't give too much stress and anxiety about it. It's just what comes. And my first thought was, I don't really know what that means. But actually, when you describe a story, that I find that really helpful. So I guess ingenious means to me, very similar to what you're saying, having that sort of clever inventiveness. All of us have that within us, and I think we need to go to that space. It's like a childlike space where we just imagine and create almost naturally. I think that's what it means to me, imagination and creation, but in a much more fluid, natural way rather than trying to force things.
So true. So I want to introduce today's tea time tip, but I'm going to say tips plural because they're really three rolled into one. So the first one comes from a story of when I went to see Barbara Scher. And she said to me, she said to the whole audience, she said, keep a journal of your ideas, your creative ideas. And I raised my hand and asked a question because I used to do that. And I found it discouraging because very few ideas actually came to fruition, like maybe 1 out of 20. And she asked me a question back. And she said, Nanci, do you ever bring a bouquet of flowers into your house? And at that time it was summer in Maine, and every week I brought gladiolas into my home. And I said, of course. And she said, why? They're just going to die, aren't they? And I was like, yes, but they're beautiful. And she said, so are your ideas. Your ideas are beautiful. Keep a record of them.
Wow.
So
I love it.
Off of that, I want to introduce this tea time tip of move quickly with action on your ideas. Joe Vitale said, money likes speed. Now, he was talking about money, but he was talking about the fact that when you have an aha moment, an idea, an ingenious thought, not only record it, but act on it quickly, because the feeling that you have and the energy contained within the thought when it's a aha moment is different than the energy than if you put it on the shelf and take it down 3 months or 3 years later.
Love it.
And all right, so third tip for the day is that if the timing isn't right, because you're not a Joe Vitale with millions to back every idea and have the idea go directly to a team of people, and you do put it on the shelf because you've recorded it in that book of ideas, if it still holds energy similar to the aha moment, whether it's 3 months or 3 years later, that's the one. That's the idea to choose and follow through with.
Perfect. I love it. Well, you're only going to get one from me, and it's going to be short and sweet. So, Nanci, thank you for that. And I think for me, it's using your imagination. You know, the things that you're saying are very practical things. I love dreaming and imagining. And I think Einstein said the imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Don't quote me on that. So mine really is about imagining. Visualization is such a wonderful thing. So visualizing what's happening. I actually visualize myself standing in front of thousands of people with this big health fountain tool that I've created in full color behind me, which shows people how you can improve your health. Simple, tiny steps. So my little tip for today is whatever it is that you're getting excited about, visualize it, think about it, smell it, breathe it, eat it, and have it as part of you. So Nanci, how can we get hold of you if we need to?
At NanciAdair.com. It's really simple. My name is spelled with an I, not a Y. So Nanci Adair, ADAIR.com. And be sure to look for our tea times there, and on YouTube. We're working on putting up a channel that's a tea time channel. Anybody that knows how to do that, get in touch with me, help me out. We're on a roll. And I love that with your fountain behind you. I see it as like a TED Talk, Sandra. So
yes, so do I.
How do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can email me at sandra@innervision.co.uk, and Innervision is spelled INNAVISION. I'd love to hear from you, as Nanci would. Until the next tea time.